Welcome back. You're still watching SABC News Prime.
Police Minister Fikile Mbalula is in Eldorado Park, south of Johannesburg. We took you there a little bit earlier for his briefing. Of course, this is one of the areas hardest hit by violent protests.
All right, well, let's cross now to Manqoba Mchunu, who's on the ground in Eldorado Park, to catch up with him to find out exactly what's been happening. Manqoba, are you there?
Yes, Peter, I'm here.
All right, so Manqoba, tell us what the minister said in his press conference.
Well, Peter, certainly the minister was very outspoken. He came out very strongly condemning the violent scenes that we've seen here playing out during these protests in these areas. He spoke very scathingly to those who are behind these protests, saying that they are behind them, they are on their trail, and that they will definitely make sure that those who are behind the violence and the anarchy that we're seeing here are dealt with. He said that they will face the full might of the law, in his own words, and certainly said that another thing that he raised concern over was the fact that it's seemingly a lot of young children are being put in the front line of these protests, and he's saying that this is very worrying because they are getting injured in the process. And what he did say is that they will make sure that those who do send children in the front lines are dealt with, and that those criminal elements also that are creeping into these protests will also be dealt with. He said that as police, they will protect the citizens who are protesting peacefully and those who are protesting for genuine reasons. But he did say that there are criminal elements that are creeping in, and certainly he says that there is no place for anarchy in this society, and he says that he will not allow criminals to run or to ruin the democracy that is hard fought for. So he says that definitely they will be trailing these criminals and they'll make sure that they will deal with them decisively, saying that they will face the full might of the law.
What has the community's reaction been? What are they saying? Are they agreeing with what the minister is saying, that there's some criminals that are hijacking their legitimate protests? What are their concerns?
Well, certainly we've heard reports earlier on from some of the community leaders saying that it's seemingly that some of the criminal elements are creeping into this protest, saying that they're a bit concerned with this as it does sort of deviate the genuine call that they are making through this protest. So certainly they've also somehow admitted that there are these criminal elements that are now taking advantage of the situation. But what we do understand is that there was a meeting that was held tonight at a hall not very far from where I am, and they were expecting the mayor of the city of Johannesburg, Mr. Manqoba, to come and address them on those concerns that they've raised during this protest. But he did not show up. Some officials, though, did come to that meeting. So coming out from that meeting, we've seen a WhatsApp group circulating and saying that the protest will resume tomorrow, calling for people to come out in their numbers and to come and make their voices heard. So certainly it seems like this protest is not over at this stage, but at this stage it's very hard to gauge really what the community thinks of what the Minister of Police, Fikile Mbalula, has said so far, because at this point the press briefing has just finished and we haven't been able to speak to some of the community members. But certainly what we can confirm to you, Peter, is that certainly it seems as if these protests are going to continue tomorrow, and the residents are saying that they're not going to let down until the officials that are involved, that is the housing MEC, as well as the officials that are involved in this, including the mayor of Johannesburg, come to address them. And we know that they say that their issues really relate to the allocation of housing in the area. They're saying that they've been waiting for long. They've been waiting. Their names appear on the database of the city of Johannesburg as well as the provincial government. But they're saying that they're being denied access to these houses. They're being sidelined by officials. So they're saying that they are prepared to go back to the streets. They're saying that they'll fight on until that demand of theirs is listened to and heard by the officials.
All right, and perhaps briefly, a final thought. So the protests will continue tomorrow. What sort of mood or sense can you get of what's happening right now? Are there people loitering? Is it calm? Is it quiet? Or is everybody pretty much sort of retreated for the day and they'll pick up their stones tomorrow?
Well, certainly, Peter, it seems relatively quiet. As I'm speaking to you around the streets, it's literally empty and there's no people loitering or walking around. And certainly it seems as if they will regroup again tomorrow, as they have said in that WhatsApp group. But certainly the calm has been restored for now. And we did see earlier on some people being arrested by police. They have confirmed now to say that they've arrested about 75 people in totality in all of these areas that have seen these violent protests today and yesterday. And what they are saying as well is that they've condemned the looting acts that have been taking place during this protest, saying that, these are just acts of criminality. They are saying that these need to stop, and they're saying that it is enough. So they're saying to us that they're certainly going to be beefing up their manpower. We know so far that they have formed a joint operation between JMPD as well as the SABC members, who are also going to be manning and maintaining the order and stability in this community. So certainly the police say they are ready for tomorrow, and they are saying that the community members must behave themselves. If not, they will face the full might of the law.
Our reporter Manqoba Mchunu there in Eldorado Park, a very tense situation there where protesters says they're going to be back on the streets tomorrow, and of course they want and demanding the presence of the Johannesburg Mayor Herman Mashaba, who was meant to be there this evening but sent representatives instead. And they also want to see the MEC for housing in the province, Paul Mashatile, who earlier today said that they've managed to build 33,000 houses in the province last year. They're hoping for the same number this year, but this is against a backdrop of 600,000 houses. So the gap is huge, and if you work out the maths, it'll take 18 years at the current rate just to fix the backlog. But we'll keep you up to date with that story as it unfolds. Francis.